Hey y'all, it's Jeremy Godin over here at jeremygodin.com, reviewing the most common sense sales techniques, coaching, and discussions to help us close the deal better. Today I'd like to go over some pretty common things you should not say during the sale. I think we always talk a lot about what you should say during the sale, but a lot of things we should be talking about is what you should not say during the sale. Obviously, the first thing right off the top is you don't want to talk about the word sale or sell. That should never be used during your sales pitch. Sale and sells. Of course, in the sales world, they're fine. They're good to go. When you're talking to your colleagues, your coworkers, support staff, or business to business, you can get away with it. But when talking directly to the consumer or the customer, you want to make sure you avoid the word sales or sell. Even in titles, sales coordinator or sales manager. Words like this, they come off as a little defensive in the sales world for consumers because we think sales, we think pushy, we think overbearing. So we want to avoid those words and those words in our titles, of course. And there's some other common sense ones that we tend to forget about during the sales pitch. One of the bigger ones that is one of my pet peeves is in saying, instead of saying there's a travel charge or there's a one-time charge or there's an administrative charge, I found a lot of sales folks are using the word fee. Get that word right out of your vocabulary. Fee is not a word you want in your vocabulary. Anytime people hear fee, they start thinking hidden charges. They start thinking high bills. So you want to use the word charge. Just little things like that, little word plays like that. From fee to charge can make a big deal in your closing technique. Scheduling, like you want to say, instead of saying, hey, do you want to book this appointment? Or do you want to book this move? Or do you want to book this plumbing appointment? Or do you want to book this open house showing? You want to say schedule. Schedule is another good word that you can improvise for the word book. So right off the bat, we got fee. We want to get fee right out of our vocabulary. We want to replace it with charge. We have book. We want to replace that with schedule. And don't say large. Don't use the word large or big, a large price for your home. This is a larger project, a bigger project. You want to always try to keep it small. Anytime you give somebody pricing, you want to throw an only in front of it. And you never want to do the $99.99 thing. It does not work. It works great in retail, but for phone sales, product sales over the phone, I've found that the $99.99, it just bing, it sets off a consumer alarm. We're so used to the $9.99 scams, the $4.99 scams. Everybody knows about the 1 penny buying difference. It's not as genius today as it used to be. So when given pricing, you want to put the word only in it. Same if you're doing a email format to a customer, you want to use the word only, this price in the email. When I'm doing emails, I actually avoid putting dollar signs in front of my pricing. Anything to just kind of draw your attention away from what it actually is. And a couple other phrases you want to cut right out is to be honest with you, or the truth of the matter is, or the truth about this is. You want to not tell consumers what the truth of it is. You want to build a rapport where they're just trusting what you're saying, and you don't have to reiterate or feel like you have to instill in them that they need to trust you. Anytime somebody tells me to trust them, the first thing I do is usually get defensive, and I do the exact opposite. So that's the same thing that's going to happen with the consumer. So you want to watch using the words trust or phrases that kind of try to give them false hope, because it just doesn't work anymore as far as that goes. And then always, in your industry, there's going to be different keywords that you and your team need to look at, and kind of look at what we can improvise this with this. If I shouldn't be using words from boiler room, I'm in my actual sales technique with my consumers. And you want to ad lib that. You want to find some better words, some better substitutes for that. If you go dig out the old thesaurus, but you want to find good, safe substitution words. And always you just go right into assuming the sale and getting that credit card. This is Jeremy Godin over at jeremygodin.com, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you.